All right, and we are back. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this background music. One day I'll actually get the timing right, and I'll like kill the game like intro music before we actually start. But I'm not that professional yet, so we're working on those things. But hello everyone, and welcome to session 3 of Rise of the Runelords. Super excited to be back with the gang here. The gang? Are you guys a gang? Maybe. I don't know. It's
We're
crazy, but we're
ruffians.
ruffians. Oh man. Oh, that's a throwback to Fendelver. Oh boy, that was great.
No
That
ruffians.
genuinely
The
brought me
red band
joy
ruffians.
that they did not know what ruffians were. That they did not know, and that was fun and glorious, and I very much enjoyed it. But with that being said, hello everyone. You may notice that we have a brand new overlay which I actually made myself. So I'm pretty proud of this. Looked up some stuff online. We got the Sahedron symbol in the middle. We got the Twitch chatting. We got a little smoke behind there. And we got my ugly face. But no, I'm beautiful. I know, it's fine. But with that being said, we are going to go around and actually, instead of going around the table, we're going to go along the bottom of the table because everyone is now very simply on the bottom of the screen there, and then I'm up in the top, lording over them. Wahahaha. But I digress again. So let's start with lights. We'll pivot to the right. Lights, Cord, Finance, and Jester. I didn't say it wrong this time, so give me a break, and we'll take it from there. But lights,
Right.
go ahead and take the reins.
Lights. I'm playing Osmerdine the gnome, who is just so much fun. He's just a little child, and about the same size as one.
A little
So,
creepy, but good person, I would say, and just creepy. But that's neither here nor there. Next up, let's pivot over to Cord. You're next.
Hey, I'm Cord the Destroyer. I am playing. Who am I playing tonight? Red, the magical caster salesman, old elf. How about we'll go with that?
All of those are accurate statements.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
I like it. I like it.
Prepared.
Scarday, how about you? Wait,
All
I
right,
said your wrong name. Damn it!
You said Scarday. That's right.
Is that right? No, that is right. You are actually Scarday tonight. There's like
Okay.
5 characters you have, so I'm just confused. It's fine.
Hello, I'm Finance Joe or Nate. I'm playing Scarday, the Olfin occultist. And he's ready to make Sandpoint a better place.
Brilliant.
Did you say you're a cultist?
Yeah. Oh my.
Right.
A
All
cultist.
right. No, that's fine.
Somebody,
Cultist.
somebody had to do it. And Jester, of course.
Hi, I'm Jasper or Jester, and I'm playing Weave the Panther and her human companion, or Sumi the Panther and her human companion Weave.
There it is. There it is. That is brilliant. And of course, everyone, I am Dare Wolf, the game master, the person that runs these games super professionally, which is fantastic. So there you go. But we are actually going to dive right back into where we left off. When we last left off, you had awoken in the morning. And during that morning, you had quickly discovered that at some point during the evening, your tavern owner friend had disappeared or headed out because she had received a letter from her brother, you'd come to discover. So you all had rushed off in the direction of the Sand Point Glassworks. And I'm actually going to pivot you all back to the Sandpoint Glassworks, where you had arrived at the back door of the Glassworks, and from inside you had heard the telltale signs of goblins screaming, the breaking of glass, the crunching of glass, and then this kind of horrific chant, goblins too, goblins fight, nom nom nom, just being terrible, horrible little monsters. But with that being said, how would you all like to proceed?
Is the door unlocked?
The back door is not unlocked. Well, let me put it this way. The back door is unlocked, but as you go to push it in, it feels as though there's something blocking the path.
Hey, you guys, this fungus over here that's growing off the side of the building is edible.
Red, pay attention. Guard, we open the door. I can't open it.
Just one more bite.
I can't. Oh, Scarred,
All
open
right,
the door.
yeah.
I got my crossbow out. Oh, Oh,
Scarday, you bash
Scarday.
into the door, and it's just a thud, and the door doesn't move. It doesn't pivot. It doesn't change anything.
Oh my god.
Oz, you go running towards the door.
There's a doggy door.
And as you slam into the door, you are leaning into the door, scarred. Oz just puts both his little hands on it, and you just hear it go screech. And there was some sort of board, or like almost like a little log that was put up against the back side of the door that was designed as like some sort of barricade to block you from being able to move forward. And it reveals the inside of a hallway. I'm going to go ahead and reveal that for you guys real quick. And this is what you see. Skadoosh.
Yeah, I'm going to...
I'll come over here.
From inside there, you hear more screeching, more goblinoid sounds, and it sounds like they're smashing, breaking glass, and otherwise being the nefarious little critters that they are.
I'm going to draw... I'm gonna call Sumi to me, and I'm going to have her open her mouth. I'm gonna draw my 2 fingers down her fangs, and they're gonna turn into like saber cat tusks. I'm casting magic fang on her.
Oh, and don't forget, you guys do have +5 to those rolls right now. You do have +5 to your rolls. You can use them with the next roll. Yeah, he didn't need it, so you can
Oh
save
my
it. You can
God.
definitely save it. I like that. I like that.
Okay, Sumi is ready to go.
Do you want to switch spots at least?
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I'm gonna cast mage armor.
Okay.
Wait, is this door unlocked?
That door is unlocked. That door is indeed unlocked. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and open that door as you see fit.
Creak.
And as you open the door, there is a kind of a grinding, scraping noise. And as you push the door open, you realize that there is a thin layer of broken glass covering the entirety of this section of the...
Man, it's
of
like
the
they made
glassworks.
glass here or something.
And what you quickly discover as you open the door is a relatively, for lack of a better phrase, horrific scene. The floor of the glassworks, both covered in broken glass and tongs and sand, but underneath that broken glass, you see blood. You see what looks like the outlines of bodies, and the goblins are continuing to throw bits of fire onto smoldering corpses. And what is perhaps most horrific is that you see a man, just as you step into the room, right here. He has been pinned to a chair, and you recognize that man. It's hard at first, Scarday, as you step into the room, but you recognize that man as the father of Ameiko Kaijitsu, as Longjitsu Kaijitsu, and he is very dead. But with that being
Impressions
said,
of him weren't great. So
but with that being said, the goblins all turn. They scream, "Oh, more long chase! Throw him into the fires!" And with that, we're going to drop into initiative and see what happens. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
click your token before roll initiative is important.
Skadoosh. Let's get wild. Right.
Man, I have nothing to do.
Here we
I
go.
saw the companion roll, but where's... Yeah, there's the character.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. And I love it. You guys are amazing.
Oh, good. We get a surprise round.
Oh, me and that one goblin tied.
Classic 1 goblin.
Oh, 2 goblins tied with me.
Classic 2 goblins.
All right. Beautiful, 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 beautiful.
Story as old as time, let me tell you.
Song as old as time. Goblins roll initiative. They roll relatively well. Goblins and the crew. Oh, the ruffians? Goblins and the ruffians? That's what we're going for, right? Goblins and the ruffians. There it is. All right, we're done.
It's Beauty and the Beast. Stop butchering the song.
Okay, you know what? Butcher your face. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't your face. It was your family's. Oh, my bad. Oh, God.
Foreshadowing? Foreshadow much?
That's a strong foreshadow. Okay, but with that being said, we are going to roll over to the top of the round. And first up in the initiative is Weave.
I only move 20 feet because of my armor, so I'm just gonna walk up here.
Weave, give us a perception check, please.
Great. What have I walked into in my 20 feet of movement?
We'll find out.
Perception. Yeah, not bad.
19?
Not bad.
Okay. No, you just hear the sounds of the goblins inside. They're throwing bits of molten glass. They're using these tongs to pick up and like chuck it in your direction. And you see again the smoldering bodies and the screeching from them. But yeah, other than that, nothing else. Nothing else. Totally fine. Probably nothing bad down that hallway. But with that being said, let me go ahead and roll this really quick. Don't worry about it. It's probably nothing. And yeah, Weave, that was your turn. What else would you like to do?
That's it.
That's it? Perfect.
That's it.
Next up is this goblin here who pivots over, seeing a Scarde standing in the doorway. He's actually going to pick up a little tong. He's going to pick it up and he's going to chuck it in Scarde's direction. And this flaming chunk of molten glass comes flying at your direction. I'm going to go ahead and use that Darewolf +5 that chat gave me. So he is going to roll with a +9 on this. And does a 16 hit you?
No.
That is fantastic. It smatters into the wall, kind of melting as it strikes the stone. There's this quick sizzling noise as the glass starts to kind of just roll down the wall, and there's this sizzling noise as it does so. Next up is a more different goblin, who is going to also pick up a chunk of glass. He's going to chuck it in your direction for an 18.
That hits me on the dot.
All right. You take a whopping 3 points of fire damage as it strikes you in the chest, just ever so slightly, fangs a couple of little chinks and holes in your armor, and singes. You can hear that kind of sizzling of burning flesh just under it. Osmerding, you are up next.
I'm going to hold a second.
Hold a second. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna hold for a second.
Okay.
Everything okay?
Yes.
I can't see around him.
Okay, I respect it. And from around the corner, you see a gentleman appear that you didn't see before, Weave, and he is going to go
Cool.
ahead and take a shot at you with a short bow.
Yo, bro.
What is your flat-footed AC?
Let's see.
Surprise.
14.
Oh boy. That is a 23
Well,
to hit.
it didn't matter if I was
That is
flat-footed
a
or not.
23 to hit. So you are going to be taking some numbers, and we're going to find out what those numbers are in just a
What is
moment.
it? He's shooting me with an arrow?
He's shooting you with an arrow. That is correct. And
Why are you with the goblins?
you take 7 points of damage as the arrow strikes you right in the side, and it feels as though it may have punctured a lung. Give us a fortitude save.
Whoa.
Fortitude save, sorry.
You got it.
Fortitude save.
You feel the sting of what feels like perhaps poison or something like that, but you manage to shrug it off and resist it. But it stings quite badly.
He's in arrows? Why are you with the goblins?
He simply smiles at you with a devilish look and loads another arrow. Just kind of starts to draw it back. But with that being said, we are going to pivot over to the next person, who is Scarde.
Is it me?
Now you are wearing shoes, correct?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Then the ground is not difficult terrain for you.
Because the glass. Yeah.
I can think of only 2 people that this is here to mess with.
Oh, and one
I
of them's
will just attack. I cleaved him in twain.
You slash that goblin, cutting him in half. The other goblins all shriek and drop the tongs that they're carrying and actually start to draw real legitimate weapons and start to
I'm gonna go.
No, Longshank, you killed Grubnob. Kill him, kill him, kill him.
I'm gonna go.
and they start screaming and pointing in your direction, Scarday.
All right. Put
Anything
me at
else
12
you'd
point.
like to do? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Lights.
Put me at 12.03. I'll go right after him.
You got it, brother. You got it.
But that will be it for me.
12.03. All right. Osmerding is resetting his initiative. We will pivot. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. Osmerding, you are
All right.
up.
I want to step into the room
Okay.
and with my stealthiness, that I'm going to attack
Osmerding?
this one.
Osmerding,
Yeah.
give me a perception check.
Oh no. You're bad, man. You're
Did you
bad,
say you're
man.
Batman?
Cool. You don't see
13.
anything. You just see the goblin standing there.
Cool.
Go ahead
cool.
and
I'm going to attack
shoot him.
him. And do I get a sneaky on this?
oh,
one?
absolutely. He didn't know you were there. 100%.
Okay. Here we go.
Absolutely.
And I get a +5, but that's still not. Well, a +5?
13, flat-footed. That is a hit, good sir.
All right,
that is
so
a
that's
hit. Go ahead and
8.
roll damage.
Well, I did.
Oh yeah, boom. That is 8. The arrow takes the goblin directly in his side of his
Actually, it's
head,
14
and he
it's
drops to the
14.
ground, dead, and actually falls into the furnace, the fire, and starts to smolder and burn. And there's that there's almost this like bacon smell that you smell for a second, but it smells like kind of like maybe spoiled bacon that you're cooking. Not
I don't
good.
like the idea that goblins are good eating.
Oh, they're not. No, it's spoiled bacon. They're not good eating at all. No, that's horrible. But with that
He's
being
all- he's
said,
all
next
happy.
up is
And
Scotland. Go ahead.
no, I was wondering how big this is, how tall this is.
That is about chest height for a human, so maybe like 4
So
feet
I'm,
tall.
I'm kind of hidden behind it
Yeah.
unless they can.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
This
okay.
goblin hops up onto this little table just in the center, and he actually picks up a shard of glass and chucks it at Scarday. The glass goes flying towards you, and this will be an 11. It tink off your armor and crashes to the ground. The goblin shakes his fist, snarling at you.
Me's gonna cut you up. Me's gonna eat you. Love Longshank. Love it.
And he's just, being horrible goblins. But with that being said, this one here, making his way, maneuvering over here, gets to about right there, and is actually going to, once again, pick up a shard of, like, molten, or a chunk of molten glass. He picks up the tongs, swings it around like this, with the tongs closed, and then launches it at you. And this is going to become flying in your direction, Scarday. And that is a 10. Smatters into the wall behind you and actually hits the window, and the window starts to melt and kind of burn away, and you can smell you can feel the heat, behind you as it does so. Next up is Sumi.
Can I, as Weave directing Sumi, can I give Sumi a charge attack here, or is it around a corner? So no.
It is around a corner, so unfortunately Sumi would not be able to charge around that corner.
It's fine. Weave is absolutely directing Sumi after this guy. And Sumi's gonna go for a munch. Actually, a paw swipe. A little paw
munch.
swipe.
Oh,
Thank you, Lights.
oh, almost. crit.
Oh, that is a
Ooh.
27. As Sumi comes up, she goes to munch him in the center, and he actually brings his bow up, sort of kind of half blocking the munch, but she pushes it against his chest and manages to get that swipe in on him. Now, is she swiping or was she chomping?
Swiping.
Swiping. Perfect.
So
All right.
bleed damage.
That is 3 damage to him, and he's got 4 bleed now. Very nice. And as she does that, the bow actually snaps and crumples to the ground in front of him as she chomps into him. So he used the bow, it looks like, to maybe block that critical hit. But with that being said,
Nice.
anything else Sumi would like to do?
Sumi can't do anything else.
All right, Red, you are up next. You hear the sounds of combat. You see that Weave has been shot for a little bit of damage. She's
Oh yeah,
got,
I never took that down. Whoops.
I got it for you, man. Don't worry about it.
Do
Work,
I
my
see
friend.
that yet? I'm kind of
You see Weave. You see Weave around the corner, maybe clutching her side. And
Okay.
you saw Sumi take off around the corner, and you heard "What the hell is this? A cat? Ah, my bow!" And then that's what you heard.
All right, I'm standing here. I pull out my crossbow. I don't. Well, I guess. Might I see this enemy that's over here?
You would be able to see him through the door. Absolutely.
Okay.
Osberding is short. The goblin is up on a raised platform. Easily
Okay.
noticeable.
I think I am going to move into the room
Mhm.
and go around the corner.
Okay.
So that was 5, 10, so 15. Can I move through Osmerding?
Yeah, absolutely. You can move through allied squares. Absolutely.
5, 10, 15, 20. So 25,
As
30.
you step
right
into
there.
the room, the crunch of the glass. It's crunch,
Oh.
crunch, crunch, crunch. Go ahead and make a perception check really quick, Red. I want to see if you notice something.
Okay. I thought I clicked on skills.
Ooh.
Nope. There's a goblin. You should probably shoot it.
Okay.
Your feet hurt. That's all that
if-
matters.
If it is the glass thing,
Wait.
and his feet,
You are not wearing shoes, are you?
Yeah.
that's a flavor thing. That's not a if I had to wear shoes, I would wear shoes. But his feet are for the class. He doesn't wear shoes because it's more.
So
Like,
here's what I'll tell
persona.
you: moving in this room is difficult terrain. If you move
If you're
it-
not wearing
if
shoes?
you move at full speed, then
Okay.
you're gonna take 1 damage per square.
Okay, and that just because he's not wearing shoes?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to change that then. As flavor wise, I know it sucks change flavor wise, but he'll always wear shoes from now on.
Maybe he
'cause-
learns. He learns about the glass. That makes sense.
Well, it goes against who he is, but his feet are supposed to be like tough as like leather. That's why.
Gotcha.
How about
Um,
feet?
But he'll wear shoes in the future, and we'll pretend he's not. Maybe I don't know how you want to do that.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. I will come into here
Mhm.
and I will fire at that one at the bottom there. Then.
Beautiful.
I think.
19 for 2. It wings the goblin. Just wings him ever so slightly. Not a direct hit like you were likely hoping for, but as it wings the goblin, he spins to the side, clutching where there's this scratch. Not a deep scratch, but a scratch along his left side.
Old man, stupid old man, me, crush you. Why are you not wearing shoes?
And he asks this question and points at you.
The
Comically.
goblin's wearing shoes? I didn't even think to ask.
Yeah, goblins are wearing shoes. They know. Come on,
Okay.
heck. Who doesn't wear shoes? That's crazy. But next up is this goblin over to the backside here, who is going to sprint across the way here and just get to right there. This goblin right here is going to sprint along the edge here, picks up those tongs, chucks them at Scarday again. The molten glass for a 6. It goes wide. This goblin back here actually moves to the door, kicking it open, and exits into this back room. I'm going to go ahead and just reveal that back room for you all here in just a moment. We got that. Ooh, there's a room back there. Ooh, a more different room. Da, da, da. All right, let's do this. We're going to drag this over here. We're going to make that a little bit smaller. Boom. All right. And next up is top of the round with Weave.
I'll move up and then I will cast Cure Light Wounds on myself because
Ooh.
I don't want to die about it.
Oh, that's fair. Come on.
I'm going to really quickly
TPK.
though.
TPK. Wait, what?
I'm going to stab my quarterstaff into the ground, and it's gonna pull like this blue magic up from the ground as I tap into the ley lines.
Mhm.
I use place magic, a thing that I can do. I did not mean to click that. A thing that I can do to up my caster level. So it's gonna make my healing a little bit stronger here.
Nice.
So I have a buff for it, so I'm just gonna cast it, and I got all my health back.
Very, very nice. Next up is this goblin here. So seeing his opportunity is going to leap across. I'm actually going to have him make a quick acrobatics check. Rolls an 18, leaping across, landing on the table, and he is going to actually be charging Scarday, an attempt to stab him with one of his dog slicers. For an 11, the blade just scrapes across your armor, sending a little bit of shower of sparks that kind of land just all around you. And as it does so, it actually illuminates and strikes something that was flammable, a little cloth right on the backside. Make a perception check, Scarday. I want to see if you notice something. 16, unfortunately, is good enough. Scarday, just over the edge of that table, as you maybe like lean back and then you dodge, trying to get away from that goblin's blow, you see two bodies that are right amongst the rubble and the glass here, and you actually recognize one of the bodies that is lying over the top of another. And can you guess? Can you guess who that body is?
I can guess, but I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. Well, it's there, and you know, and they do not look alive at all. But with that being said, next up is this half-elf guy. He bleeds a little bit, doesn't seem to like it. But what he is going to do is he is actually going to curl both of his fists together, and then he starts to punch at Sumi.
You hitting a cat?
Good luck with that one.
And let's see here. So he starts swinging with his flurry of blows.
Is this guy a monk or a ranger? What are we doing here?
Swing and a miss with 11.
Miss.
Swing and a miss with 16. Both blows go wide, and he 5 footsteps get back, getting a little bit deeper into the hallway. But with that being said, let me go ahead and reveal the back side of this hallway here for you, because now you can see it. And skadoosh. All right, and next up is Scarday.
All right, I will cleave this goblin in twain.
Mhm.
Or not.
9. The goblin ducks. You swing your scythe, looking like you're gonna take him, and he goes to duck, then realizes he's not high enough, and does like a half somersault over the blade, landing on his feet. Looks around.
I can't believe that worked.
And is just giggling and laughing at that.
I'm gonna move to there.
He also, just real quick, the bow guy, the monk bow guy, he took his bleed damage at the beginning of his turn.
Yes,
4.
he did. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. He's bleeding out. You can see he's starting to bleed. Osmerding, you are up next.
I'm going to reload. So that's my move action, isn't it? He's going to step up here. Basically, I want to be right here, but my thing won't let me.
No worries.
It always keeps me in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody puts Osmerding in the corner. And he's going to shoot at that one,
Okay.
even though it's not going to be a sneak attack because I'm sitting right there in front of him.
Not a problem. Osmerding, as you move into the room, can you give me a perception check?
Dude.
What?
He really wants you to know.
Oh!
Want you to know.
Osmerding?
I'm right here. I can't see anything over here.
Osmerding, as you stepped into the room,
I can't see anything.
you
over here.
caught what looked like you recognize a dress. It's a dress that your mother wears. And maybe in the heat of battle, you don't think too much of it, but it looks really familiar. And that dress, which is normally a soft blue color, is crimson red across
it's not.
most of it.
No, that's nothing.
No, it's probably nothing. But go ahead and make that attack roll.
They sell those a dime a dozen down at the tailor's.
So I got a 3 points off of that one. At this one.
Boom! Nice strike. The goblin is still standing, but that crossbow, that hand crossbow, took him like right in the chest, right above, and it might have hit an artery, and he looks like he's on his last leg.
All right, and then yeah, that's all I'm gonna do right there.
This goblin here, seeing his opportunity for glory, is going to rush over and attempt to stab Scarday. With a 9, it goes wide. This goblin here, on his last leg, is going to make a decision of his lifetime and is going to rush Osmerding.
Oh, okay.
13.
That will definitely
Swing and a
not
miss.
hit me.
Sumi.
Yeah.
Sumi, it's your
Woo!
turn to
Yeah.
shine. It's your turn to shine.
Assuming 5 footsteps. And rip and tear. I will, if one of these attacks downs him, I do not want the follow-up attacks to hit, so we will hold back.
Perfect. The 26 is a hit for 6. Solid blow. The 9 is a miss, and the 21 is a hit for 2.
And that new bleed damage from the second claw, so now he's taking 5 each turn.
Very nice. And he does not look great, but he is still standing. Red, you are up next.
All right, so we got one in front of us, Merding.
Mhm.
There's this one. He's standing on top of a platform or on
He's
top of
on
this
top
table.
of this table here. That is correct. Yep. Hmm.
All right. Red standing there. He feels fairly protected from this other goblin that's in between him and the short one.
Hmm.
So he will look in the direction of the one that's standing up on top of the table up there. Is that one injured?
No, none of the ones other than the one that I was meriting a shot are injured.
Okay. And he will look up at him and reach out his right hand. He's holding the crossbow in his left hand. He'll reach out to him, stick his hand in the air towards him, and say, "Time has no place for you." And he'll cast his hex,
Ooh.
sleep on him.
Okay. What's the will save?
Oh, nice.
That is a will save, and I believe that is a 16.
Ooh. Oh! 22.
Yeah.
The goblin, he yawns and goes,
No, Grimghoul, now not time for sleepings. Sleep later after lunch and sit down.
All right, that's the end of my turn.
fair enough.
I'll reload my crossbow, I guess, as well.
This goblin
That's
here
move
also
action.
seeing his moment of glory. He's going to move over and attempt to attack Scarday. 17.
Nope.
Oh, he gets so close. It scrapes, and you can feel that. You can feel like it's about to hit you, and you just maneuver so that your armor takes the blow versus your flesh, and you are still up. This one back here is actually going to maneuver over to here, and is going to pick up the tongs and chuck a molten bit of glass at Red for an 18, which hits. And Red, you take a whopping, helps when I close the
1d4.
graphics, 4 damage as you are in the process of reloading that old, ancient crossbow. You're not paying attention. You look up and you feel that little spider scurry from your right side to the left side as a glob of molten glass strikes you in the neck and on the side of the face, burning, and you manage to shake, and you can feel that sizzling on the side of your face as it strikes you for 4 damage. Next up is this goblin back here. This goblin, anyone that's paying attention to it, you would see that it has run, kicked open, maybe you don't see it, but you hear it kick open a door over here, and it appears to be heading down into the basement. For whatever nefarious reason.
Down to
We're
dungeon.
putting him down there.
town,
We're back to the
down,
top of the round with you.
down, down.
Step forward. You're going to bleed out. Those wounds will not close themselves. Turn yourself in and I will patch them. And I'll unload one of my, I have all these slings on my belt. I'll unload one of the bullets and drop it to the ground. And I'll tear up one of my slings, preparing it as medical gauze. Just kind of as a turn yourself in and you won't die. That's going to be yours turn.
And the half elf before you see him maybe pause for a second. His fists are up. He's like looking down. You can see his stomach is bleeding, and there is a moment of maybe he's listened to you. Maybe he's listening. Give us a sense motive check.
Sense motive. Man, I'm decent at those too.
Yeah. He looks like he might be stepping down. You're not sure, but he might be stepping down. This goblin here, seeing his opportunity, is just gonna quickly 5-foot hop over to here. I'm gonna make him make a quick reflex save. Scores a solid win. Not reflex, and acrobatics. Scores a solid win, and he is gonna now be flanking, and he's gonna try to stab Scarday for an 11. Scarday, you're a tank. They cannot get through you. They cannot get through you. This gentleman here, he looks over, he looks at the cat. 5 steps back. Call off your animal. And then as he does so, he reaches onto his pouch, pulls a small vial, and knocks it back. And you watch as the bleeding on him seems to heal up. He does take that 5 bleed at the start of his turn, but he's going to heal back up some. Ooh, 9. And he looks like he is in a defensive position. Scarday, you're up next.
I will cleave the one that is providing flank in twain.
I love it. Go for it. Roll to confirm. Hard yikes. Hard yikes. Does not
Does that
confirm.
just mean you get an attack?
The dice giveth, the dice taketh away. That is glorious. So
He also rolled 10 damage both times.
As you swing, the goblin sees it coming and like dives under the table for a second and then reappears right afterwards, and you almost slam your scythe into the table. It might have bent it or damaged it, and you manage to readjust to where you just kind of scrape along the side of the table, but thankfully you don't break it. Osmeridae, it's your go. There's a goblin in front of you.
All right,
It
so
looks
this
hungry.
thing's right here next to me. I'm going to cradle my crossbow in my left hand. I'm not holding the trigger. And I'm going to pull out my dagger. I'm going to stab.
Ooh. Get weird.
Can I use my mythic cert? Wait a minute, wrong game.
Wrong game. Wrong game. That's Wednesday nights. That's Wednesday nights. Wrong game. But no, you go to
That's
swing at it. The
11.
goblin just deftly dodges back, actually kicking up some glass. Like uses his, shoed feet to kick some glass in your direction. You have to throw your hands up to keep it from striking you in the face. And now it is the other goblin that is flanking Scarday, and he's going to go ahead and take a quick swing at you for a possible crit miss. These goblins can't hit anything. 15 is a confirmed crit miss, and now we get to see what horrible critical failure card befalls this goblin. Let's go ahead and pop that up. So we've got your weapon takes 1d6 points of damage, ignoring hardness. So let's go ahead and roll that real quick. Oh boy. 1.
Well,
The dog slicer kind of bends a little bit, and he looks at it.
Mother didn't make this very good. Stupid dog slicer. Me kill you with me bare hands.
And he chucks the dog slicer to the side and lunges at you with his hands, but that's his turn. And this one here is laughing at you, and as he laughs at you, he looks to his right, looks to you, and says,
You thought me already killed you.
and he's gonna swing at you.
To me?
6. Swing and a miss.
Phew.
Goblins are nothing. Sumi. It's Sumi's turn.
I do like a little swipe of my fingers along my side, and Sumi instantly, like just out of her peripheral, recognizes it as a fallback.
Mhm.
I'm just like, if you run, she will chase you, and she is much faster than you are. You are turning yourself in.
Okay. He slowly nods his head as though he's agreeing. Yeah. He seems like he agrees. He likes his plan. He doesn't want to bleed to death.
I know that I'm getting swindled, but I have to play the character right.
Maybe you're getting swindled. You're not sure. I don't know. It's maybe the 12 was high enough.
That's
maybe,
Sumi's turn.
maybe
Sumi
he's
knows
not good. Maybe he's not good at bluffing. Maybe. We don't know. We'll find out here shortly. But with that being said, next up,
I will say ready to action. If he starts running, Sumi chases him down.
perfect. Next up is Red.
Let's see. Red is going to target this one right here.
Mhm.
And he's going to try his ability again, and he'll throw his hand out towards him and say, "Stop right there."
Which one are you targeting? Perfect.
Stop in the name of the law.
14. I believe it was a 16 was the DC.
Yeah, that's a fail.
Yep.
So this one falls. over, falling asleep, and I need you to roll a D100. You want to roll higher than a 25%. So you got a 75% chance of this working. Boomski. He falls into the furnace and begins to smolder and instantaneously wakes up, but it's too late because he is taking 13 damage as he bursts into flames, and you smell the crispy goblin that fell asleep and fell into the furnace. How horrific, but glorious. Anything else, Red?
That's it.
Very beautiful. All right, this
Oh, wow.
goblinoid
A lot
here
of smoke.
is going to... He's just going to stay where he's at, and he's going to go ahead and swing on... Oh, 22 is a hit.
All right. After I take the damage, I have an ability that triggers.
4 damage as he slashes in, finding a bit of damage. As immediate action, you're damaged by melee. You can spend 1 point of mental focus to melee, make a single attack at high space. Oh, very nice. Go ahead and counterstrike him. Love it.
Yeah.
Fire.
Goes wide. Ugh.
Bad
Alright.
bonk.
Weave, you're up next.
I'm going to use the bandages that were like the sling that was made into gauze.
Mhm.
Going to repurpose them as some handcuffs as I move up to tie up this guy's hands.
Oh boy. Okay. He goes to offer his hands to you.
Okay. I'll try and tie them up. Survival for not tying, I guess.
It's just based off whatever your CMD is. That's what he would have to change and check. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right, and next up is this goblin here, still flanking. Is going to go ahead and make his attack on Scarday. 17 is a miss. That is a miss again. You are an iron powerhouse, and as you are beginning to tie up his hands, you get the one wrap around. He breaks them and then starts to pummel your face.
Hey, what's the CMB here? What's the CMB against my CMD?
He doesn't let you finish.
Oh, okay, sure.
So, yep, and he's gonna go ahead and swing on you. And as he goes to swing, he says, "My love will protect me. She is all powerful."
For it. I tap the wall and just make a stone wall appear right between us.
I love it. I love it. It's beautiful.
It's not actually. It's just like a +4 to my AC or something.
Beautiful.
Stone shield.
Very nice. Very, very nice. And as you kind of
+4.
pull the stone off the wall, you guys actually hear from inside like the crumbling and the like ripping of stone from the wall. And just behind you, you can actually see a little hole right there, where you guys see Weave and this guy engaged in a furious battle of fist and stone and fur. But possible crit. Possible crit on the first hit. Oh boy. 12 does not confirm. That's good. So he's
Absolutely
gonna punch
does
you
not
once, which
confirm.
is good for him. And then he's gonna get that second. He's gonna flurry you. So he's gonna make one more attack.
20s to beat.
22.
Of course.
Damn.
Why?
All right.
Jesus Christ.
36 plus 4. All right, so he gets 2 strikes into you, 9 points of damage, and I need you to give me a fortitude save on that first hit.
Are his fists also poison?
No.
14.
You are stunned for 1 round.
Well, okay. Does he do 5 damage with the second hit? Because it doesn't matter if I'm stunned, if I'm dead.
No, that was both hits were 9 damage. Both hits were 9.
Okay.
That was both strikes. Yep. Next up is Scarday.
Shumi has a ready to action, by the way.
Technically, the ready action was if he ran away.
Okay, if you want to play it that way.
He's confused.
Scarday, hit it up.
All right, I'll kill the. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna try to kill the one that's providing flanking.
I have total faith.
Oh my
Oh
god!
lord, dude, the RNG is being
Reload.
mean tonight. We may all have to
Reload.
reload here.
At least
Oh,
they're not like
boy.
they're barely ever hitting me. That's the good thing.
It is a game of attrition, and unfortunately, they get more rolls than you do. But with that being said, Osmerding, you're up next.
You rolled a 9, an 8, a 9, and a 9. Crazy. I'm torn because I need to kill this one in front of me,
Mhm.
But that's a sneak attack.
That is flanking. That is a flanking position. Yep, there's definitely something to be said about that.
No. I'm going to just do this. Hi. Okay.
Hey, nice.
Come over here.
Goblin will. Are you making acrobatics?
Of course.
Okay, go for it.
I'm not stupid.
Nice. You feint away, and he goes to swing, but he misses because you are too quick, and you dodge. He dodges out of the way. You dodge out of the way. Very nice.
Asmerdi be nimble, Asmerdi be quick. You are left holding your.
That one.
No.
Oh, you're too busy
No.
saying your limerick to do it, and as you go to stab him, you trip a little bit on the glass, and your dagger almost goes into your own eye as you fall forward. Manage to catch yourself, like on the backside of the goblin. Push yourself off as he swings around, trying to swipe at you with his dog slicer, and then it's just this back and forth scene. Scarde, you've got a +2 now when you attack that guy, which is good. So there's something to be said for that. But with that being said, next up is this goblin here who is going for Scarde again. He's swinging. Possible crit. Oh boy. 10 does not confirm. That is only going to be 5 points of damage as you hear Osmeriting run up, say his limerick. You see them kind of collide into each other. The goblin actually stumbles forward, bumping into you. This goblin swings, slashing at you. You go to rebut. He ducks under the screen. You're going to hero point to reroll? I like it. Boom! There it is. He goes to swing in. You actually lean into the blow, and as you lean in, he slashes up your thigh, but you take your side, spinning it around, and just decapitate him. And the goblin's head goes flying, landing on the ground, and that goblin is defeated. This goblin here, however, sees a wizard or a witch or some sort of old man, and he steps forward, and in his goblin-y voice
Just
says,
an old man.
Oh, we haven't had aged meat in forever.
and he's going to swing at you for a 22, which does hit.
Ooh.
And you take a whopping 5 points of damage as he steps forward and actually doesn't swipe, he just shanks you in the gut. And as you begin to bleed a little bit, he like looks at it and sees it dropping, goes,
Oh, you full of blood, bloodbag. Delicious.
and next up is Sumi. Sumi's probably mad.
Weave is mad. I don't think there's any way normally for us to swap places.
There is. It is actually a combat maneuver, but I don't believe either of you either have. I think it might be. Yeah, it's a combat maneuver.
Can I spend a hero point to swap places and
Oh.
let Sumi get a full attack?
Absolutely. I'm totally fine with that.
I am swapping places with Sumi,
Yep.
and Sumi is going to rip and tear.
Basically, what happens is Sumi, you jump
Leap back, and Sumi goes under my
under
legs.
your leg. Exactly. Yes, she just sweeps under, and the kitty's just. Wham! And the 23 is a hit for 6. Very solid damage. The claw he manages to block, but then the other claw swipes up his front, and he starts to bleed from the stomach once again.
Big mistake.
And he says the only mistake is you coming here.
Your love won't protect you here. Won't protect you from Sumi's wrath.
Bah! He just screams at you. He's obviously crazy. He's having a good time. You know, actually, he's not having a good time. He's having a terrible time. But with that being said, we are going to go ahead and give him that additional 6 points of damage, and he looks very much like he is on his last leg. Red, you are up.
I look at my chest, which is bleeding profusely, and with blood all over my hand. I point to the goblin's face in front of me and hex him with slumber as well.
Ooh, very nice.
And I
That
say
is a
sleep.
sleepy goblin. He collapses to the ground unconscious.
All right, he falls over. I start looking at myself, checking my vitals, and that's where I end my turn.
Beautiful. The spider, your little spider, crawls up, and it's one of its little spider legs is like gently poking at your face as though it is concerned. Goblin here is just going to 5 foot over, seeing his opportunity for glory. 23 is a hit for an additional 6 points of damage. Oh no! I think that drops Scarday.
No, I still have a decent bit of HP
Okay,
left.
okay.
I'm gonna use Mind Barrier as an immediate action
Ooh.
to prevent 4 of that.
Okay, very good. Next up is the other goblin, which is off. Weave, it is your turn.
It's worked so many times. I pull out one of my loaded slings.
Oh my gosh. Hit.
Wing!
15, unfortunately, is a miss.
It's
It
fine.
just goes wide, unfortunately. But next up is this goblin here. He swings around, actually ignoring Scarday, and yells at Osmerding.
Why you sneak up on me? Not nice. Not honorable. You're stupid.
And then he swings at you
Honor.
with his dog slicer.
I'm surprised it even
20.
knows that word.
20 is a hit. He manages to get a solid blow into you for an additional 6 damage. He finds out he like goes to grab your face, you dodge away from it, and then he just brings his blade down, slashing at the side of your head and down your cheek, giving you a sweet scar that matches the
Another
other
one?
Yeah. This gentleman here, oh man, you know what?
2 damage beginning of his turn.
He is starting to bleed again, and he is going to take a full withdrawal, bursting through this door, and just takes off at a sprint.
Time to learn how fast Sumi is.
I love it. All right. We got this area revealed. Skadoosh. Next up is Scarday. Scarday, you are surrounded by goblins. The other one does seem to be slightly distracted by the being surrounded. But with that being said, what do you do?
I will attack the one I am flanking. It is dead.
17 is a hit, and you decapitate that goblin as he goes to bring his blade up. You slash through his hand, take off the top part of his head,
Oh,
and he
man.
crumbles to the ground.
No more flanking.
Hey, you
Os-
didn't flank. You have to go to
Osmeric,
the other side.
You're up next.
Okay. So the goal is to get over here. So that means I'm going to come up here.
You could flank with red.
That thing's asleep.
The sleeping one?
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna jump up here.
Mhm.
So do you need me to make a check or anything?
Merding, as you leap up onto the table, you see a pouch, like a backpack. You recognize that backpack. It's the backpack your dad takes to work every day. It's covered in blood.
Those are company issued. It doesn't mean anything.
It's probably fine. Continue your move. Just pointing out things to you.
Hold on. Low. Okay, I'll ignore it.
Okay. I like it.
And then I'm going to.
You want to pivot around him? You need to make an acrobatics if you
Yeah.
want to. Mhm.
There's my acrobatics.
13 is not good enough. You can still get around him, but he is going to take a slash at you and does potentially crit. Holy schmolians. 16?
Nope.
Does not
17.
confirm. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. You only take 5 points of damage. As you leap
Alright.
down, he manages to bring his blade up, and as you're jumping down, he just holds it in the air, and it just slashes along your left side.
Ow!
The amount of nat 20s you've rolled this combat.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, I'm rolling the other side.
God.
Oh, unfortunate.
10.
That is
Jesus.
a miss. This goblin is fast asleep. Sumi.
Sumi is hunting.
Ooh, all of her fur, and there's like the like stony paws, and she just
You can like hear the clacking on the tiles as she's just like catching up.
oh yeah, she's just off. She is
Just
off. That is
swipe behind.
19 is a hit for an additional 2 points of damage, and he is still bleeding at the 2. He is not looking great. He is bloody and bleeding and kind of limping a little bit as she slashes along the back of his leg, just down the thigh. Just predatory cat. She's going for that kill. She's going. Red, you are up next.
Let me. I'm trying to find something really quick, and
I believe.
I'm gonna use my action to my hands full of blood and I'm looking up at it and I grab for my shoulder and hold this the spider in my hand and then just press her against my chest and I start healing. I cure healing hex on myself.
Very nice. Go ahead and roll that HP.
I'm
That's
not
sweet,
sure if
sweet
this
healing hex.
I'm not sure if this works. I'm going to click this and see what happens. It might just show
If
the
you
spell.
don't have the macro, then it's not going to work.
All right, no, it doesn't.
Nope.
All right, so it's going to be D8 plus
Plus 2.
caster level.
D8 plus 2. You got it, man.
So 8, 9,
Wow.
10. So
Nice. You are back to full. Perfect. So as you hold the spider kind of glows this purple and red color. And as you do so, you feel like webbing where you have been wounded start to like weave itself over the wounds, and behind that webbing you feel your skin literally like stitching back together. And I would imagine that when you use your abilities, there's like a little bit of webbing that's left over afterwards for a little bit, and then that eventually flakes off, maybe like a scab would.
You cough and like a little moth comes
This
in.
one here, he looks left, he looks behind him, he looks in front of him, and he's actually going to swing around and attempt to take out Osmerding, who is right behind him.
God.
Ooh! Is that a confirmed crit?
Yep.
Oh boy, here we go.
Wolf's a bully.
Bully, why do you bully?
11 points of damage. As Osmerding slides in behind him and attempts to stab him with a dagger, the goblin swings around, like ducking past it, bringing his blade, and just cuts up along Osmerding's chest, nicking his throat. And Osmerding collapses to the ground as a spray of blood just sprays out, coating the wall, and he begins to bleed out. As his head smacks the glass, you hear the crinkling and crunching of glass as he does so, and he begins to bleed out and die. But with that being said, back to Weave.
I'm just gonna be spending my turn running to catch up to my cat.
Perfect.
Just like out of breath at the end of the hallway, just like.
He 5-foots to here. He takes 2 bleed damage. He looks like he's probably about to fall. And then what he does is he takes another potion from his belt
You're kidding.
and knocks it back.
At least to have some honor and blow up.
Probably not enough. But you watch as that bleeding from his gut stitches itself together, some of the claw marks on his backside, and he pivots around, bringing both fists up, and he says, "If I am to die today, then I die knowing I die for my love." And, Scarda, you're up next.
Who do you even love?
No, Oz. I'll. Oh,
Boom!
now-
You
now-
take the goblin, slicing him in half, and he is down for the count.
Alright, I'll 5-foot step over. And I can't do a heal check or anything, but I'll kind of like kneel down and try to like cover the wound.
Yeah, he's bleeding pretty badly right now, but
You literally can't do it. Does heal
Fine.
heal require training?
And it's action economy wise. I can.
Oh, okay.
Osmerding, Constitution save, please. The will to live! Osmerding, he is bleeding profusely for a few moments, and then you watch as it just slows to a trickle. And he's unconscious, but he doesn't appear to be bleeding out anymore. This goblin here is sleeping, having dreams of goblin brides.
2 rounds.
He's having a good time. So, yeah, he's all right.
Dog chopper.
Sumi, finish him.
5-foot
No.
step. Rip and tear.
The first
What is
strike.
with that first claw? It always misses, but the second one comes in.
First strike slashes into him. Second strike claws into him as well, and he begins to bleed once again. And this time he looks down. You see that there are no more of those blue and golden swirling vials at his hip. He looks down, seeing that he's beginning to bleed out, and you see acceptance across his face. Pure,
Why are you like this?
unadulterated acceptance. Red, you're up next.
I look down at this sleeping goblin there at the floor,
Kinda
and
cute.
I look over at Skarde and Osmerding, and I see that they're not looking. And he looks down and he just grins this like super evil grin,
Ooh.
and he points the crossbow point blank at the thing's head and does a coup de grace.
Love it. Love it.
So automatic hit and
Kathunk.
automatic critical hit.
Goblin's head is pinned to the ground as a bolt
It
strikes through
says
him.
So what am I supposed to? I still
You
roll
just
damage,
roll
right?
damage, and it's an automatic crit, and
And he doesn't have enough.
These guys
hit
have
this
so little
goblin is
health.
gone. Is
Yeah.
Okay.
pinned to the floor, gone.
All right. And
And,
then it says,
yeah.
Okay.
And you still have
Just
a move
learning it.
No, that's a full round action to coup de grace.
Full round. Yep.
Goblin is off. Weave, you're up next.
I'll just step up and cast guidance on Sumi
Good
so that she gets
stuff.
a +1 to whatever
He
she
bleeds
does.
out, and he looks
Okay.
as though he is on his last leg. And clutching both of his fists, he attempts to sprint around Sumi. What is Sumi's CMD?
Sumi's CMD is 14.
All right. He sprints around, basically like wall running, just like zips around her up around the wall, lands there, and attempts to punch you in the back of the head.
Ooh.
12 is a miss.
Well, too bad.
And that is
Looked
his
cool.
life. It looked cool. It looked really sweet. And with that, he's still up, but he doesn't look good. And Skarda, you're up next.
I will look over to Red and ask, do you have any healing for Oz? He's not looking too good.
You see Red, and he's just executed this goblin that's on the floor, and he's got this crazy grin, and he's kind of like dazed for a second, and he just looks over at you with the grin, and he says, "What?" And you see there's this blood that's just all over his face.
We'll talk about that later. But like, do you have healing?
Oh, look, another sleeping goblin next to you.
Ooh.
All day.
Oh, boy.
I'll pick up Oz because I assume he weighs like 3 pounds, and I'll carry him over to.
Hey, I weigh 7 pounds.
Can I? Oh, I can move Oz.
I weigh 14.8
Osmerding,
carried weight.
you're unconscious, but you're alive.
Yep.
Sumi.
So
I
54
guess she'll just
pounds.
move here and go for roll plus wipe. Yeah.
Swing miss. Red, you're up next.
Red uses his move action to. Well, he'll do that afterwards because it's more thematic that way. He'll reload his weapon after that with his elven crossbow training. But he reaches with his open hand. He reaches into his hat, like right above his ear, inside there, and he pulls something out. Skarde is holding on to his meriting there, I guess, in his arms, right?
Mhm.
And he
Yeah.
reaches towards his chest, I guess, or neck. You said where's the biggest wound? In the neck?
Neck, face, yeah.
He reaches over the neck region, and you see a little bit of light come out of his hand, and then he opens the hand, and Skarde swears he sees a centipede move around and enter inside the neck cavity and disappear in there, and then the flesh starts fixing itself there.
So glad I wasn't there.
So that,
Go ahead and roll that 1d8 plus 2. Ooh.
All right, I will roll it. There you go.
5.
7
Osmerding!
hit points.
You're at 0.
No.
No, 7.
Oh, 7.
Five,
Excuse me.
five.
Oh,
That's plus
okay.
2.
You are conscious and hurting, but alive.
And there's something,
Ah.
you feel something moving inside your neck.
Oh,
Inside.
And then
What?
Scotty drops me, and I go back to unconscious.
That's horrific.
drops him in the glass.
I yeet you at the ground.
Yeet.
Happy birthday to the ground.
Weave, you're up next.
Just gonna punch him, non-lethal damage. I don't have a thing for this, so I'm just gonna roll a melee. Does a 13 hit?
Unfortunately not, and because you're using an unarmed attack and you're
He
not
gets to hit
trained in
you.
it, he's gonna
Oh my
swing
God.
back at you.
Okay.
He crit misses, and as he swings, Sumi pounces on his midsection, seeing an opening, and just carries him to the ground, and he's knocked unconscious, but is continuing to bleed out. So I'm not going to delete him off the map. I'm just going to give him this little thing. He is unconscious and on the ground, and appears to be bleeding out because obviously Sumi's got that sweet, sweet bleed damage. But at this point, the combat is over.
I would like to try and stop his bleeding. I would like to arrest him and not kill him.
Absolutely may.
Ow.
So let's take care of that real quick. How are you going to stop the bleeding? You have a heal check.
I have the gauze. I don't have
Gauze.
any more healing stuff, so I'll
Okay.
have to do the gauze healing check.
If you want to go ahead and just make a heal check, then
Yeah.
that would be fine. Boom.
19.
Boom. You bandage him up. You stop the bleeding. He is unconscious, likely in negatives. He is, not going to be waking up until you receive some sort of magical healing or rest for a while. But you gag him, bind him, and he's not getting anywhere right now. So back in the room, Osmeriting, you managed to get back to your feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over to this goblin that was here and start chopping off its ears.
To describe this room, it is a mixture of broken glass, scarred and burned bodies. The most horrific of the scenes being the body of Aimeko's father. He didn't give a good impression, but I hesitate to say that anyone deserves such a fate.
I say,
I'm gonna cut this goblin's ears off. Or
Scarda,
this- I've gone this way.
you don't look so well. You need healing as well.
Yeah.
All right. I walk up to Scarde. I show him the palm of my hand, which is just covered in blood. My blood, Osmeriting's blood, and I give him the white hand of Sauron, but it's a red hand, right on his face.
Yeah.
We know.
And he sees that there's no centipede in my hand, but I go and I slowly approach his face and I just touch it, and I leave this huge red handprint on his face, and he gets healing. That's the healing hex. So you want me to roll it, or you want to roll it?
You
You
roll it
roll
up. You roll it up.
Oh
Ooh,
man,
three. I'm telling you, man, it's all about the bugs. The bugs are how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, three is
He
three.
says, sorry, my ran out of
You ran out of bugs.
insects, and maybe I'll try the spittle next time.
Haven't been
please
sleeping
no.
outside enough.
Hey, Wolfie, where'd the goblin head fall? The one that chopped off? Right here?
Mhm.
All right, so as I go there, I'm going to start chopping the ear. So I've got 4, this will be 3 goblins' ears, and I'll chop the first ear off.
Mhm.
Then I'll chop the second ear off. And as I come around to the other side, that's when I'm going to.
As you come around the other side,
Eyeball.
Osmeriting, you see. It takes you a moment, as though your eyes are unfocused. And as they start to focus, you are not seeing the world around you. You don't hear Scarde move behind you. You don't see Red approaching. Everything is blurry, save for 2 motionless bodies. One of your father, as though he was trying to protect your mother. He is draped over her. His back is burned and scarred. There are cuts and scrapes. There are signs of him having been stabbed by the dog slicers. And below him, you see your mother. She has been horrifically burned as well. There is dried and cooled glass on the side of her head. And from where you're standing, you can't make out her face, but you recognize her hair and that blue dress that she wears.
He's going to run over and
Red.
he's just going to be bawling.
Red
grabs Dad,
falls
his
to his
dad.
knees as well and tries to
Trying to
use
wake him
healing
up.
on them.
As
Try
you
to
reach
waken up.
down and attempt to use healing, you watch as that magic, which normally healing is this kind of golden glow that stitches the
for him.
wounds together. You see that purplish hue. You see the bugs, sometimes maybe a couple like a little centipede crawl out, do a couple spirals on top of the father, and then simply crawl back into your sleeve, and both bodies remain motionless.
He's gonna look at Red. Fix him. Fix him.
Osmerding, time is a fickle thing. And some of us have a lot of it, and some of us have very few. I am sorry, child.
No. And he's just gonna bury his head into his mom and his dad, and he's just gonna cry, just holding them, and just sob.
In your father's hand, Osmerding, as you are holding on to them, you see that he is clutching what we consider a family heirloom. Something that he had promised to you when you were older. And it is an old dagger that has a green gem in the handle at the pommel. Very flat, smooth green gem. And it has old leather that's a little bit worn. And the dagger itself is made of this green, almost looks like glass. And he's holding on to it. It's gripped tightly in the hand. And you can see that it is covered in blood. So he did not go down without a fight. But unfortunately, there were simply too many of them.
Sir, Captain of the Guard Scarday, we are missing a fellow friend of ours, the one with the cat.
She went off I think she went after somebody that was in the hallway. She'll be back soon.
I assume her dead then.
No, she's not. I don't think she's dead. I'm gonna look down to Oz. I know this is a hard time for you, but we should keep moving.
No, they need to be. I need to go to the chapel.
We need to remove them from this place.
I'm
He's
gonna
correct.
let out a whistle to like the signal Weave and Sumi.
As you do that, like you just see Weave like poke her head through the door. I imagine the guy's draped over Sumi's back, like just as being carried, and Weave's just like, "You all good in here?"
No.
No.
These
Well?
two are injured, and we have casualties.
I'm out of healing right now, and I have a prisoner that needs to be delivered to a cell. So I'm going to be heading out. Nothing more I can do.
We still need to.
He's gonna try to pick up his mom.
Oz, I can do it for you.
No. No.
We still need to find the tavern girl.
Yeah. We're in no condition to continue right now.
Oh, as Meriting, you heft your mom up, lifting her, cradling her in your arms.
I'll pick up the
Go
father.
chapel.
As you pick up the father, the hand holding that dagger remains clenched tightly, and it just kind of scrapes along the floors.
I grabbed that. I grabbed
You
that.
grab that?
I grabbed
That is a +1 dagger.
Okay. Big woo.
All right. Well, we have to. Oz, if let's take these bodies to the chapel, and then if you
Scar Day, basic instructions on how to get to some sort of jailhouse or something would be appreciated.
Well-
We go to the chapel.
We
As
will
you were
split
all-
up for now.
As you were all having this moment and you're beginning to think about leaving, you hear a scream from the direction that goblin went.
I'll look the red. Do you think you can carry the gnome?
I think I should go with you and check that out. I can I believe, be useful.
Did it sound like the scream of a person we knew?
Sounded like a female scream.
Let me check a spell that I have, not a spell-like thing,
Mhm.
and see how long this lasts.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Really quick.
clear off the table and put the father down on it gently.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think I can do that. Whenever we are ready, who can we go and check that out?
Yeah. The two of you want to head off. Osmerding and Weave you can travel Weave. You can go to the garrison and deliver it to one of the cells there. You can deliver him there. And then Osmerding, you're heading off to the chapel with your mother?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, Red and...
Through town, everybody's going to see me.
Red...
As I get halfway across this room here,
Mhm.
I am going to cast the spell Blend.
Mhm.
And I go almost invisible.
Ooh.
So I get a +4 to my stealth check,
Mhm.
and I can hide without concealment as my skin kind of turns chameleon-like. It says allows me to make stealth checks without cover or concealment, but only while moving at half speed.
Very nice.
So I will make a stealth check, and let's see if Scardy loses me.
So as the two of you make your way, we're actually going to pivot you guys down to the basement.
Oh, we're going down.
You're going down to the basement.
Right before they leave sight, I just say, Scalding, if something is terrible, give a whistle and Sumi will come.
So I get a 29 on my stealth check.
Very nice.
I don't see you at all.
You disappeared. You think Red maybe abandoned you, is where we're at. You don't see him at all.
I whisper, he sees me go invisible, and I say, let me lead the way. And you hear a voice ahead of you.
Oh God. Or sorry, oh Gob.
Oh, Grod.
My crossbow is
Still did
loaded.
you reload it?
Yeah. I reloaded it somewhere in there, I'll say, before going, and let's go towards that direction.
Beautiful. And as you round the corner, you see a goblin has burst through a door and tied up, but still managing to kick him off. You see him trying to stab her, but Imeko is basically kicking this goblin in the head, and he is trying to kill her.
I will run forward. Can I charge that
Absolutely. Way? Let's let Red go first, because Red would have been first around the corner. And Red, what would you do?
If that is going on, if he's going to charge, I will jump out of the way, as just to make sure that that nothing's happening. But from stealth, what kind of bonus do you get?
They're considered flat-footed against your attack.
Okay, so no, what is that? No dex, right?
Yep, they're denied their dex.
Okay, then I will sneak over here right behind him right here as Scarde is running down the hallway, kind of go around that corner, and I will aim at that goblin right there. I don't know if you'll still let me use it. It's been a while, but can I use that +5 that I never got to use?
Us Meriting already used that.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's just one person?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will fire as I hear Scarde running in this direction.
Perfect.
So let's see how that goes.
Critical strike.
Yeah, I hope so.
Heavy crossbow. Attack.
17 for 8. Holy schmolians. So you sneak around, you take your time, you can ready it, you're like aiming, kathunk, takes the goblin right in the back of the head. He flies right across the room and is pinned to the wall. And Imeko lets out a yelp, then looks up, looks back at the goblin.
When she looks over in my direction, I suddenly, like a chameleon, lose the effect, and I'm standing there holding this massive crossbow.
Where the hell did you come from?
Hey, Miku.
From a very scary place.
Where is he? Where is my brother?
Unconscious on his way to the garrison.
Fucking
Was that her brother?
fucking bastard. He tricked me and he murdered our father and he murdered everyone inside here and someone get these goddamn untie me.
I'll pull out a dagger and cut the binds.
She is beyond furious in this moment. Beyond furious. And she stands up, dusting herself off. Where did they take him?
The garrison.
And she goes to shove past you, Scarday.
Oh, I'm gonna be following you. Or following her.
Perfect. Perfect. And as you maneuver and exit out, we are actually going to go ahead and mute the cinematic atmosphere. We're going to pivot back outside, whereas Merding, you are taking your mother.
So the crazy guy wrote the really well-educated, well-written letter?
He did. Oh, I
Okay.
will grab the father's body on the way out.
And if you take the time to maybe take his stuff, you are going to find a journal on Tutso. And Red, as you are exiting the basement...
I don't exit the basement.
was
I would like
actually
to
about to ask.
search the place down here.
I love it. So let's pivot outside, because I want to have Weave...
I'm just reading through
Actually-
the journal as I'm walking to the garrison.
Actually,
Here's
if nobody
the juicy bits.
if nobody notices, I'll take my time and investigate the place.
Very good. So these are the juicy bits. Go ahead, if you want to read that out loud, go for it.
Who's reading this?
The raid went about as well as planned. Few thistletrop goblins perished, and we were able to secure Tobin's casket with ease while the rubes were distracted by the rest. I can't wait until the real raid. The town deserves a burning, that's for sure. Ripnugger?
Rib Nugget.
Rip Nugget.
Ripnugget.
You
Rip
recognize
Nuggets.
that name as one of the
Do I?
names that the ranger had mentioned to you. Shilelu had mentioned that Rib Nugget is one of the leaders of the goblins.
It does look like Ripnugger on there.
Ripnugget seems to favor the overwhelming land approach, but I don't think it's the best plan. We should get the Quasit's aid, send her freaks from below via the smuggling tunnel in my father's glassworks, and then invade from the river and from the glassworks in smaller but more forced strikes. The rest except
Brathasmus,
Brathasmus.
which you recognize as the name of the bugbear.
Brathasmus agreed, and I'm pretty sure the bugbear's just being contrary to annoy me. My love's too distracted with the lower chambers to make a decision. Says that once a Malfish cause released and under her command, we won't need to worry about her being subtle. I hope she's right. My love seems bent on going through with it. Nothing I can say can convince her of her beauty. She remains obsessed with removing what she calls her celestial taint and replacing it with mother's grace. Burning her father's remains at the Thistletop Shrine seems to have started the transformation, but I can't say her new hand is pleasing to me. Hopefully when she offers Sandpoint to Lahamont's friars, her new body won't be as hideous. Maybe I'll luck out. Succubi are demons too, aren't they?
And that was Lamashtu's grace. But yes. So, as you travel over, remember that the sheriff is currently in Magnamar, and you guys are just kind of holding down the fort, as it were, at this point. But you take the Tutso over to the garrison. You throw him, perhaps unceremoniously, into a cell. A couple of the
Pseudo?
guards ask, like, who's this guy? What's going on?
There was an attack at the glassworks, and he seems to at least have been involved, if not leading it.
An attack?
It was another goblin party. We managed to put them all down, at least most of them. I left a couple party members there to deal with any stragglers.
Oh dear.
He, I felt, might be more cooperative than the goblins and decided to take him as prisoner. It would be worth interrogating him. His journal here seems to be very unsettling, to say the least.
We'll make sure he's locked up and secured. Do you need our assistance?
No, I think it's been dealt with fine. He might also be a danger to himself. He seems rather unstable. Just keep that in mind.
We'll keep an eye on him. Thank you for all you've done for us.
Yeah.
And with that, we're going to pivot over to Asmerding. Asmerding, you are carrying your mother through the streets. Townsfolk look at you. There are gasps. There are folks that maybe attempt to approach but then stop short, unsure of what to say. And as you walk up the steps of the cathedral, I'd like you to make another strength check. You
Wow.
stumble for just a moment, almost losing your footing, but manage to get up to the steps. The doors of the cathedral right now are open. It is, late morning at this point, and you see that the cathedral is full of some worshippers, both Desna as well as the other Gudaline gods. You see folks praying at the altar of Sarin Ray and Iomade, and in the center of the kind of the open air entrance of this cathedral, you see Father Xantus, and he is, speaking with some folks, and as he looks over and catches your eye, his eyes go wide, his face just drains of color, and he quickly makes his way over to you, Asmerding. He kneels in front of you. My child, what has happened? What has happened?
She died.
Oh,
Fix her.
oh, my boy, I would that I could. Would that I could.
My da. He's in the glassworks too. I gotta go back. Can you watch her for me?
The look of sorrow and just concern on his face is indescribable as he gently reaches out to take your ma from you, cradling her in his arms with the utmost care and grace. I will be sure she is somewhere safe and comfortable. My boy, before you leave, as you turn to go. You are wounded.
Yeah.
Wait.
We got da.
Just wait, my boy. Let me at least see to your wounds. And he reaches down into his, just under his shirt, takes out a small symbol of Desna. As he reaches into it, you see it glow, and he just places his hand on your chest, and you feel your wounds begin to stitch up some. You get 8 HP back. My boy, do not.
He's just dazed. He just turns around and he's gonna walk all the way back, and he's not
even
running, he's
Xantus
walking.
doesn't know what to say to Asmerding in this moment. He goes to attempt to say something, attempt to try and console you, and you can see he's at a loss for words. The other priests inside are all at a loss for words, and he lifts up your mother. As you walk off, you see him turn and move deeper into the cathedral to one of the slabs where folks are, either embalmed or, taking care of the dead. Last rites are given, etc., and he lays her down. But Asmerding, as you are making your way back, you do run into Scarday. But before we do that, we're going to pivot back down to the basement of the glassworks, where, Red, you are poking about in that basement. And are you looking for anything in particular?
I am looking for valuables, more any kind of papers,
You want to just take a nat 20 and just
Yeah, take 20.
take 20, just take your time.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
okay.
if Scarde kind of steps out as well,
Mhm.
I'll kind of like linger and stealth and kind of just try to stay back.
Beautiful. And as you watch Scarde leave, you can hear up above, you can actually hear some footsteps of Scarde leaving, and then you are left alone, and it is very quiet. But as the sounds of Scarde leaving and your ears start to adjust to kind of that ambient noise, you actually hear from down this passageway here the sound of the ocean. You can hear waves just very lightly, very subtly crashing into the shore. That and the air from that passageway, which looks very uncut, it's rough stone. You can see some, like where they've put some posts up as though it's like a mine. You can see you can feel the breeze. There's like a cool breeze just ever so slightly coming through there. As far as the rest of the rooms, you find some old journals, you find some record books, accounting books, and whatnot of transactions here at the glassworks. You find payroll slips, some supplies as far as some glass making supplies, tools, miscellaneous things. But other than that, nothing else of any great value or importance.
If anything can be used as like a spell component, I might pocket that. But
there's some mundane things, spell components.
The accounting book or the ledger, I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe as some evidence of what these people have been up to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll poke around. Are there any other exits or entrances here? You said there's like a mine kind of area.
This mine area right here, that seems to go on for a ways. And you're not exactly sure what direction. If you take a moment to orient yourself, you'd notice, so obviously you came down the stairs. So up is north towards the shoreline. And as you look down, you would see that this path, this cave, appears to head towards the sea, based on if you orientate yourself.
Okay. And what about that other direction over there to the south?
That's
west?
just there's nothing there. That's just an area with some sand that's used for making glass. Just supplies.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'll poke my head inside the cave, and if it looks like it goes a lot further in, I'll wait till we have the rest of the
It goes
group.
for about 40 feet, and there's just an ever little bit of light, and you see that it hits a T intersection. To the right, it appears to pivot off and head north, and then to the left, it appears to slope down ever so slightly.
Man, if I still had my blend going, I'd probably go in there, but it's not working anymore, so I'm not going to go down there, not by myself.
Okay.
I'll go upstairs back to the main floor,
Mm-hmm.
and search around for similar things, any kind of treasures, any kind of papers that might give us some investigative clues.
Beautiful. Let me go ahead and reveal the rest of the glassworks for you, because now
And
you can see
while
it.
I'm doing that, of course, I'm stealthing around.
Yeah.
Would you like me to roll for that?
Oops, didn't mean to hide it. I meant to reveal it. Super professional streamer. Let's go. Very quickly you realize that the glassworks is completely empty. You're the only one here. You hear nothing, you see nothing. You have free reign to make your way around. You do see that there are some bloody rooms where people were, maybe resting on break. You see some folks were murdered, like in their beds as they rested while they were on break. You see that rooms have been smashed, and you find additional, ledgers, and you find some more supplies. And overall, if you were to gather up everything inside here, you would find roughly 45 gold worth of mundane supplies, maybe miscellaneous coinage and things of that nature.
Okay. Well, I don't have a whole lot of strength to carry anything large. Like I said, the only thing I'd keep would be spell component type things that I
Mhm.
can use. Of course, I use very obscure spell components,
Mhm.
but anything that I feel would be useful, maybe some ground up glass or anything like that. And what are you putting there? So yeah, let's see.
A ring of protection.
Mhm.
A ring of protection. Nice.
That has the
Um,
Kaijitsu family name, family seal
No, you
on
can't
it.
have that.
So yeah, silver earrings, definitely. The flute, sure. Thieves' tools, sure.
This was all on the elf. This
The
is all
elf.
with
This
me.
is all the elf.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Mhm.
You're,
What?
you're
So
collecting bugs and beetles and
So I
centipedes
find
and
You
I
find
find
for
what
your healing potions.
45 GP worth of miscellaneous and mundane items and just random coinage you find on some of the bodies if you're taking the time to search everywhere.
Okay, well then I don't know how you want me to do that. I guess I can carry that and maybe go and sell some of that off, the
You just
items
add
for
45 gold.
Just add 45 gold.
Well,
Simple.
your beach house is out. We're just out the door. You can just take stuff to
You
your
could
beach
just take it
house
home, right? Yeah, that's true.
and just
Yeah.
and
I
just
could,
uh
in
and just
between those
bury it.
rocks. To check
I
to see
need
if
I
that
need to introduce you to Junk Beach.
junk beach.
Oh yeah, you'll be in
That's-
heaven.
That sounds like a great place.
Oh, it's a wonderful place. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll spend some time here, and then in the end, they left that other body here, right?
Mhm.
Um,
No,
Oz's-
Scarde picked up
he did pick it up.
the
Okay.
father. Yep, picked up
All right.
his father.
Well, then I will do my skulking about and collect everything.
Perfect.
And I don't know where everybody went, so I will go back to the tavern.
Beautiful. Scarde, you head off back to the tavern. Excuse me, not Scarde. You head back off to the tavern, and Red and let's hear. What is everyone else doing?
Well, Scardy's carrying my dad.
You run into
Yeah.
each other just in front of the cathedral, actually.
I was also heading to the cathedral, so we'll be there after dropping off.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say
Oz, I can carry him.
no, Gibby, that's my da. My da.
Oz, you've been through enough today.
It's my da.
How close are we to the cathedral at this point?
I get in front of you. My da.
You are just on the steps of the cathedral, like right in that open air area. If you remember the first scene where you guys fought the goblin horde, I can actually move you guys over there really quick. So you guys are here, like right on the steps. We got Oz right here. We got Scarde with the body. You guys are walking up. Red's off at the tavern, and yeah.
Just give me my da.
Oz, I'm sorry.
Give me my da.
I'll lower. I'll like crouch down to hand him the body. It's really
Oz
funny
is
that you keep
strong
rolling
as
really.
heck. Holy crap. So yeah,
And I
he
have
passes you
plus
your
the,
da, your arms, like untold strength you didn't even know you had. Cradle him in your arms and
You just take him inside.
take him inside. Father Xantus is there to take him from you. He leans down and you see him struggling for words. But finally, it's though something clicks. There is nothing I can tell you, boy, that will ease your pain. And although Desna tells us, she tells us that life is a journey. Part of that journey is indeed tragedy. But I knew your family well. They would not wish to see you wallow in misery. Grieve for them, Osmerding. Grieve for them because that is what you must do. But live. And you see him reach down and grab onto the symbol of Desna, and then tuck it underneath and back into his robes, and he pats it. And get justice for them. And his eyes are like fiery red.
I'm just gotta look up at him. It's like, lady, take him home, okay?
I will see that they are laid to rest, Osmerding. You have my word.
I'll go get clean clothes. I'll go
Nods
get
his
clean
head.
clothes.
Of course. Of course,
And I'll
Osmerding.
walk out. Then I'll let Scarred walk with me.
Yeah, I'm going to follow you.
And that's
You
what we do.
weave,
We
you
go
see the
to
two of
house.
them exiting the cathedral and making their way towards the west side of town. You actually bump into them.
Hey, Weave, I don't know if are we just gonna take this gold dust? Where's that from? And the silver dust, where's that from?
Well, it's
That's-
just it's flavor loot. I just sold it and
Yeah, it's
divided
just,
the
it's just
gold
flavor loot.
evenly.
Yeah, you
Okay.
guys
Yeah.
divide the gold evenly. That's fine.
Okay.
I just wanted everyone to get the the money.
Okay.
I'm going to refer to Scarde and just be like, is anything else needed from me here? Or do you just want to take some minutes and I'll head back to the tavern?
So someone should probably go scout out the rest of the glassworks for goblins. I trust Red, but I don't know. I don't think he's capable of fending off many goblins.
I can go and take one more look at it with plans to meet back at the tavern.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Uh,
I head off.
I'm gonna look to Oz. I don't think going home is the right choice. There's too many. There's too much tied to your
gotta-
parents there.
I gotta give them clean clothes.
There's probably an outfit for you at my house.
No,
Where we used to hang
I gotta get, no, I have to give them clean clothes. I have to give them
Oh.
proper clothes. I can't bury them like that.
You know what? I assume you brought the gold to us, right? The gold pieces.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. You know what? They deserve something nice.
I wouldn't get-
I'm good.
I know what I want them to wear. My dad's best and my ma's best dress.
I thought she was wearing her dress.
Well, no, that's her work dress. She has a dress for church.
Okay. I was gonna just get. I assume there's a tailor in town, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. If you want that, then yeah, let's go back to your parents' house or your
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, I gotta get them their best. They can't go to Dasna looking like that. I gotta get them clean clothes.
And the two of you make your way over to your home, Osmerding, which is quiet. Just quieter than it should be. Even though it's midday, usually you could hear the sounds of the glassworks. You could hear the furnaces roaring. You could maybe even hear the muted sounds of workers inside, but it is eerily quiet. No one in town. This information in a small town like this has spread quickly. Folks are not avoiding you, but they are not approaching you. There are looks of sorrow and concern, but everyone is giving Scarde and Osmerding a wide berth. Weave and Sumi, as you return to the glassworks, you quickly discover that someone has already looked around. You can see, things have been opened, and not in a way that the goblins were smashing, but you can tell someone went through and already, I guess, looted the place, for lack of a better phrase. And unless you want to investigate further, because you also would discover if you head to the basement that path.
I want to head to that T junction and just confirm that one just leads quickly to the ocean and that the other one goes deeper inland.
One leads quickly and exits on Junk Beach, and the
Yeah.
other heads down for roughly 300 feet, curves towards the east, and then ends at an old wooden door that has a 7-pointed symbol carved into its center.
not really gonna fuck with this, but I will cast detect magic and just see if there's any magic to it.
There is a faint amount of magic. Give us a
Glad I didn't-
spellcraft check.
Glad I didn't go down there because I probably would open the door.
Oh man, that's why I was so disappointed when you said you didn't.
Spellcraft.
You
Yeah.
cannot determine what specifically it is, maybe what school of magic it is per se, like not specific spell, but there is a faint amount of transmutation magic present. It's not necessarily centered on the door, it is just this latent, passive energy.
I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna take my knowledge and leave. Especially because I'm out of spells and
Right, did you-
injured.
When did you draw that squid?
What?
Someone
there's
drew
a
a
s-
squid in the water.
Yeah, I think it's red because it's in his color.
That is absolutely
Oh.
fantastic. Absolutely. We're gonna leave it there. It's gonna travel north.
Yeah,
It's
might
gonna
as
hang out
well.
Just
right there.
don't go out into the water. You'll get a Kraken attack.
There's a Kraken attack there. Absolutely. That's
That's
brilliant.
been there since last
know.
weekend.
Yeah. I did not notice it, and that is beautiful.
I saw
I
it earlier, but I
appreciate
kept
you
my
being
mouth
sneaky.
shut.
So,
I returned to the
as
tavern.
meriting, you gather your family's clothing, and then I'd like to give Red and Weave maybe a moment of interaction, if Weave so chooses to interact with Red. I don't
We
know.
would never purposefully do anything with red
That's fair.
unless it was absolutely
That's
necessary.
fair. Red, you see Weave enter in through
Avoiding
the
you,
front of the tavern,
giving you the widest berth.
and she tries to give you a very wide berth, but
I'm sitting at a table with these ledgers and these whatever books I found. They're just open, spread out all over the table, and I'm just scouring through them, trying to find out, maybe who these people. This was the Kaijitsu. Is that how I say that? Kaijitsu families.
Yep.
It was their glassworks. So I'm just trying to find out maybe who they were dealing with or that kind of
So
thing.
give us
I would cast guidance on him, but it would require me to touch him.
give us a what knowledge skills do you have?
What knowledge?
Do you have profession
skills?
accounting?
I do not have profession accounting.
You should.
Definitely do not.
That would be amazing.
I have, come on, go over to skills, knowledge. I have arcana, local, nature, and planes. And my profession
Give us a knowledge local check as you read through these.
I have alchemy. Nature?
Mm-hmm.
All right, try that one. Probably good. 23.
So you are convinced that the Kaijitsus were not dealing with the people of the forest. It was like human beings that they were dealing with. As you read through this with that knowledge nature, go ahead and make a knowledge local check. Would be the next one.
All right. There you go.
So all of the dealings, they seem legitimate. You don't find anything in there that looks nefarious. You see nothing in the journal that looks like anyone was cooking the books. Everything is on the up and up. There are contracts with several noble families from Magnamar, including the mayor of Magnamar himself. You see that there are orders for supplies. The payroll is all legitimately put together. Everyone is paid on time. Although Kaijitsu, the head of the Kaijitsu family, Longjiku, was a bit of a, well, for lack of a better phrase, a dick. He was a legitimate businessman and paid his people well.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep looking at that. I look over at Weave and her cat.
I'm
What
gonna
are they
drop
doing?
like his little money pouch. I'm gonna give him a little amount, his sum of the money, his 116 gold. I'm just gonna put the pouch on his table and just kind of like do it as reached out as possible and just keep going, trying not to make eye contact. Just like, you're owed this, I guess.
I make a noise at Weave, the one that Hannibal Lecter does, and he goes,
Does not turn around.
Oh,
Does
Lord.
not turn around.
Oh, my
I point and I
lord.
say, "Watch out! There's a divot on the floor over there."
Weave. Make a reflex save.
Oh my god.
You get a plus
My
10
worst-
because you have
my
a plus
worst
5 from
save.
2. That's a 20. You get a plus 5 from Fire EMT and a plus 5 to
I
from
dodged the
Alraz.
divot.
So you go and it looks like you're about to stumble and you manage to like Sumi bumps into you and you can like use her back to maintain your footing, and unless anyone's staring directly at you like Red, no one notices that you almost fell.
And then I cast Slumber on Weave.
Why?
I need a will saving throw.
Go ahead and make a will saving throw, I guess.
Good luck.
We
All right,
you
hey.
feel slightly like drowsy for a second, shake your head,
Okay.
and you realize that apparently Red just tried to slumber you.
There is a slight hand gesture, and Sumi is pounced up on your table. Just in a second.
There's a cat.
I
in front of
say,
you.
down, kitty, and I cast Slumber on the cat.
Oh my god, you're an agent of
How many
chaos
spells
tonight.
do you have? How
That's a
many
hex.
Slumber's a
It's a
hex.
hex.
How many
You use it
hexes do you have?
once per
Uh,
day on everyone, but you cannot use it on the same person twice. Sumi, make a will save.
That's her worst save.
Oh
Ugh.
no.
The cat falls over and starts
cat-
sleeping on the floor.
Curls up and starts purring and is sleeping on the table.
He'll be out for 2 rounds. I'll pick up my gold and walk over to the bar. See if Weave still doesn't
This
look
is-
me in the eye.
You're like absolutely in so much shit right now.
And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go up to the bar and say, "Hey, Weave, do you want to drink with me?
Absolutely not.
Does the cat like cream or milk?"
I kick the table and Sumi wakes up. You can't do that again, can you?
Oh, I can do all kinds of things.
Really? Would you like to continue trying?
You tempt me, but I'd like to buy some kind of bottle of something I think Osmerding would like to drink.
I mean, he's like 13, so no, I'm just kidding. You know what? You recall him sipping a very large ale during the boar feast. That
And he enjoyed it?
and he seemed to really like it. Yep.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
But he's probably not supposed to.
Then I will. Well, that doesn't come in a bottle though, right?
No, it comes in a growler.
A growler. Can I get anything to go?
Yeah, absolutely. What do you want to go?
Well, I was going to ask that, but that doesn't really work, I guess, right? Maybe I'll fill a wineskin full of it.
Okay, that's fine.
Isn't a
I
growler
don't think I'm going to be
A
staying at the
growler is
house
literally
tonight.
like a jug that you can take with you.
Okay. Well,
Os-
I will buy.
Osmerding won't be staying at the house tonight.
I
At
will.
the inn tonight or the house?
He'll come to the inn.
The inn. Okay.
He's not
I
gonna be
will-
alone.
I will buy something quick, like a shot or something like that.
Mhm.
As soon as they serve it to me, I will take it. I'll take the growler, and I'm gonna head out and go find Osmerding with his drink.
I'm gonna try and trip him with my quarterstaff as he's walking out.
Make a reflex save, Red.
PvP.
Let's see.
PvP.
That's
I will
under
offer to
core?
Oz, by the way,
no.
to come stay at my house.
I'm
It's-
gonna
it's-
stay-
It's not your family, but it's a family that loves you.
Hey, what's your go ahead and roll a combat maneuver check. Weave. Red, you've got this. Did you do the growler?
I want whatever he's like bringing out to just smash like between him and the floor.
Okay, so you've got this growler. You're walking out. You look down and it's too late, and you trip, falling face forward, and the whole jug smashes, and you are drenched in this
By the time he even wheels around, Weave and Sumi are going up the stairs to their
thick,
room, just gone.
like very, very like dark ale. And you are just drenched from neck down, chest, pants. Looks like you've pissed yourself. It's aggressive.
But does he smell better or worse?
About the same.
Oh my god.
It's hilarious.
Oh, I wish I was not drinking water.
Oh, that is aggressive. Red, what do you do? I'm just curious.
He kind of just laughs. He's gonna go back up to the whatever the innkeeper is up there and say, "It looks like I need another one, doesn't it? Sorry about the mess. You can charge it to the one upstairs."
Like hell.
And she slowly shakes her head. Katrina, you're a strange bunch for heroes.
How much do those cost, by the way?
1 gold.
Okay, so I bought 2 of
That's
those, so 1 gold
expensive.
each.
Oh, it's good. It's good alcohol.
All right,
Put on the floor.
It's top.
Good
shelf
cleaning
stuff.
alcohol.
Oh yeah, that floor. It's a little greasy there. Completely spotless. Good.
Ye old Everclear.
Yeah, it's Everclear. Yeah, there you go. It's great. So with that in mind, we're gonna go back over to Scarde and Osmerding, who have made their way. You've made your way to the house, gotten the clothing, you've returned, and I want to give you a chance if you want to have a moment. Both your mother and father are laid next to each other on some stone slabs. There's a few priests doing not necessarily last rites yet, but they're preparing the bodies. They've cleaned them. They are, making sure that they are being prepared to be laid to rest. If there's anything you'd like to say, I wanted to give you a moment.
I'm sorry, Ma and Da. I always try to do good for you. Da, I've got your dagger. And I'm going to use it.
Do they? What's their actual names? Just curious.
Hold on, I'll tell you.
Their names are.
I've got it.
Because I would probably know them not by Mondan, by their actual names.
His Ma is Limi, Limi, and his Da is Eziver.
All right.
In
I'm
keeping
gonna-
with the gnomish tradition of male names being complex and female names being simple.
I'm gonna
names.
walk up to the slabs that they're on, and Lima. It's Lima, right?
Limi,
Limi and Eziver.
Eziver.
I'm gonna make a promise to keep your son safe.
You can't keep me safe, but help me
Oh,
find the. Help
I'll
me
make sure
kill,
he stays on the right path.
Help me kill the one who did it.
I think you already did that.
Ooh.
Well, remember, I don't know about pseudo.
No, I'm talking
Oh,
about the
yeah.
goblins.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know why pseudo was being drug out. So,
That's right.
before he leaves, he's going to take out a bluebird, a glass bluebird that his ma used to make, and she had a bunch of them at the house. He's going to leave it in her hands, and he's going to take one of the glass bears that his dad used to make and put it in his dad's hands and hold them at their chest or however they're going to hold them.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's just going to walk out with Scarde.
As we
anything else.
once we're about like 10, 15 feet away from the church, I'm gonna like grab Oz and throw him on my back and start jogging towards the tavern.
Probably meet them halfway there.
You would meet them halfway there. Right by Bottled Solutions, you'd run into them.
Have to check
Hey.
that place out later.
Hey, Red.
I yell out, Osmerding,
Hey, Red.
this growler, it's too big for me to drink. I had a sip of it. It's good stuff. You should help me finish it.
Did you use your lips?
I don't drink with anything else, son.
That's okay. I'll get another one inside. You should enjoy that one.
Hmm.
Earlier when you healed up my wounds, was that a centipede?
I don't know why you would think that. You were unconscious.
No, I dreamt a centipede crawled on me and it took its little things and went and healed me up, and it was cool.
Yeah, he's just grinning and he's just like, yeah, like that's cool.
Okay.
That does sound interesting.
Okay. Say hi to your god for me.
No, I don't have a god.
That
I
sounds
actually
like a threat.
I actually don't have anyone.
Okay. Well,
You have less red.
thank you, Dad.
No, he doesn't.
From the window of the tavern.
I'm referring to me and Oz. Let's head back to the tavern and try to get our minds off things.
And as you head
Yes.
back to the tavern, Weave, you've gone upstairs. What are you?
I am long resting.
You
I am
are-
hurt
you
and
are
have
taking
no
a-
magic. I don't care what anyone else says. I am long resting.
You are taking a nap for the rest of the day. I completely understand where your mind's at. So you all sit down and can take some time to decompress from everything that's happened. It is roughly, and I'm gonna let you guys take the seat. You sit down at the tavern. You grab a table.
I'm drinking.
What do you guys talk about?
And I'm drunk.
Well, I'm gonna look to Oz. Drinking isn't gonna make the problems go away, but I guess it can help. I'm gonna help you through this.
Helped me
Aw.
for years.
Oz is long resting.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oz
He's a
is,
little-
Oz is unconscious.
He's a little stressed.
Face
There's-
down.
He's out.
There was once where I don't know that I was sober for over 2 years. That was long ago though.
I didn't
In
hear
your
that.
party days.
And at that comment, apparently having entered through the back door, you see Aimeko. She pulls up a chair and sits down. And it is alcoholics like you that have kept my business running. So in a way, I thank you for your disease.
I just remembered her, and I'm like, I really hope she didn't go and like kill her brother or something. Like,
Hard yikes.
Wow.
Miko, you doing all right?
All right. Where do I begin? My father has been murdered by my brother. My brother is apparently batshit insane. And now I have just inherited the glassworks, whose workers have all been brutally murdered. I'm having a bit of a day. And she reaches across the table, taking the growler that was in front of Oz, pulls it over, doesn't pour a glass, and just knocks it back, taking a glug, 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 sets it down, and lets out a not prolonged, but a guttural just burp. How's your day going?
Well, I was going to say I drank it all, but I'll let yours go. It's better.
because Meriting is currently more alcohol than blood.
I'll gesture over to Oz. His parents were felled by the goblin attack.
As were many families. I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound uncaring, but I am trying to figure out why he did this.
Well, what do you think he did, or why do you think he did it?
I arrived there at midnight. Last night, this morning, he said there was something important, something about my father, our father, and when I got there, he jumped me, beat the living hell out of me, and then threw me in the basement. I have no idea what he was trying to accomplish.
Did you by chance see anyone else besides him?
There were a number of pumpkin-headed assholes in there, but other than that, no. Only him.
Pumpkinhead assholes.
Did you? So you didn't see anything else?
She shrugs. Other than my brutally slain father, no.
I'm sorry that your father died.
He was
We,
not a nice person, but no one deserves to be killed like that, or to die in such a way.
he will get a proper funeral. And I assume that's what you want.
Yes, all of those inside should be laid to rest.
Yeah. Yes. Red, do you want to assist us solving this matter? Because I don't think that this is anywhere near finishing.
Weave just tossing and turning in her sleep, having a nightmare.
Whenever Red's, I feel
Red is has closed some of these books. He says these doesn't look like there's much going on in these. Their business was fairly legitimate, but
where do you get those?
I picked them up as we were leaving the glassworks.
I'll think about it for a second. Be like, yeah, that's probably a smart thing to do.
So I found them down in the basement.
Do you relay anything about that tunnel?
No, I probably wouldn't think about it at all. But at some point, maybe throughout the day or night, if conversation comes up, he might bring it up.
Okay. Well,
Currently, right now, he's just looking at Oz and says, "You guys took care of Osmerding's parents already?"
Yes, they're being prepared for a funeral. How did the goblins get into the glassworks? It's almost impossible for that many goblins to make it unseen.
Well, there was a cave, a tunnel down in the basement that we passed by. I didn't look too far into it. Might be something dangerous down there, but it's worth checking out.
There's something underneath Sandpoint?
Possible. This place is old. Ruins, the Thathalonians, I believe, that lived long, long ago. Who was that old man? Hubert? Was it Hubert Osmerding?
Hubert Quink.
Told me about some weapons of sorts that were used out here, or theories. So,
Boded Quink. You're speaking of Boded Quink? The man's half insane.
Oh.
He's taught at least me some things about Thassalon.
I hesitate to believe whether or not Thassalon was actually a real place.
Look out to the giant piece of rubble.
You mean the lighthouse?
I've studied Thessalonian culture for some time now, and I believe it is very real.
She shrugs, taking another swig of the alcohol. Well, if there is something below the glassworks, below Sandpoint, then... She nods her head back and forth. I suppose we should do something about it.
You say we. Do you want to assist us?
She is bringing the jug up to her lips again. The bottom part of her lip ever so slightly brushes it, and she looks down. And you can see there's this battle going on in her in her mind. And maybe the logical part wins as she sets the jug down and just pushes it just out of reach to where her fingertips can just barely touch it. I don't know what's happening right now, but sitting around and doing nothing? Katrina from behind the bar as Imeko is speaking, she says, doing nothing? You run a tavern, and you're also now in charge of the glassworks. You have things you must do. Imeko raises a hand. Katrina, please. I want to do something real and tangible. So yes, I'd like to help you.
You probably picked up a thing or two in your adventuring days, right, Miko?
A sly smile crosses her face. A few things, here and there.
Well, I'm definitely up for helping, although I am an old man and I do need, someone younger to take care of me, do the heavy lifting every now and then. And I kind of look over at Oz and just kind of smile at him.
Well, we can't. I think all of us can agree that today has been taxing on us all physically and emotionally. I think we should put this off until tomorrow. Before I go to bed, I'm gonna go get a guard or two to stand point at the glassworks to monitor any traffic.
The bartender, or I guess the main server, Katrina, walks over. I'm sorry, I forgot to ask. Would any of you like anything to eat?
Maybe later.
A little late.
Are you awake now, Oz?
No, I'm just telling her a little late. Oh, by the way, the ring of protection, we're giving it back to Amiko.
It's still on me. I haven't talked with the entire party. We can decide
Okay.
who gets it.
All right.
I will
I'm
take some dinner. Go ahead and bring the small one some too. He'll have some when he wakes up.
She nods and moves over, goes to the cook. From the kitchen, you hear Joe the cook. What do you mean? Breakfast? It's lunchtime. I can't cook breakfast after 10. And she's like, they're hungry and they need something hearty. They've just been in a fight. The
Full menu all day, bitch.
Yeah, and he's like, that is preposterous. It is against regulations and rules, and there are sanitary things that must take place. And she's like, you're being a effing idiot. Stop it. And he just argues back and forth with her, but eventually says, fine, bacon and eggs, and a little bit of steak for lunch, or breakfast, as they call it. He just grumbles to himself as that's happening, and she shakes her head, walking back. What?
I'm gonna look the red and Oz. Keep an eye on him. I'm gonna go to the guard post.
You're gonna head off to the guard post?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the garrison and
Garrison? Okay.
yeah, and allocate 1 or 2 guards to stand watch at the
Watch the glassworks.
yeah.
That is a good idea.
Easily. Imeko is going to take her leave and head up to. She has a room at the tavern as well, and she takes her leave, going to rest too. And as Merding, you're sleeping. I need you to give a will save, please.
Oh, why would you do that to me right now?
Kick him while he's down.
Cool. In your dreams, you dream of a red-skinned woman in resplendent red armor. She is wielding a flaming glaive. And as you see her, she's standing in front of a giant 7-sided star symbol. It looks like a Sahedron rune, to be clear. And whispered, you can see her mouth moving. She steps forward. With each step, the ground, which is this kind of blurry, amorphous look, it bursts into flames. and she steps forward closer and closer to you, Osmerding. And she gets within just a hair in front of your face. You're unable to move. You cannot scream or speak or do anything. And as she gets close, you can almost feel the hotness of her breath. And she whispers, "Wrath." And then your dream ends and you awaken with a splitting headache. But it's later in the day. And Weave, you are in your room, and you've been maybe sleeping for a little bit, and you hear a faint knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. Weave, it's Katrina. I have a bit of food for you if you're hungry.
It's better not interrupt my long rest.
It won't, my friend. It won't.
I imagine Sumi is just like laying in front of the door, and like as soon as anything happens, she's like at attention, ready to like strike.
Absolutely.
And I pull her back with a hand gesture, and I open the door, like very groggy, just like.
She has a plate in front of her. It's got some food on it, and as well as the food, there's a small little bag, and she says, "The one Red asked me to give this to you."
She takes everything except the bag.
The girl looks at the bag and says, "He was rather insistent."
Do you know what it is?
If I would be lying if I said I did.
Can you open it for me?
Would that be proper?
I don't really care.
She looks down at it, looks at you, opens the bag. I need both you and her and the kitty cat to make reflex saves.
I'll be back in a minute.
As the bag explodes into a Tanglefoot bag.
Classic.
And there is glue and stickiness everywhere. Katrina is pinned to the wall. She is like shouting, "What the hell just happened?" Weave, you jump out of the way. Sumi does take a bit of it, but you're very quickly able to break free of it, and you can perhaps assist in getting Katrina free as well.
Who made the food?
It was Joe, but it's covered in
I just
goo
closed
now.
the door.
And slam. Like,
just leave her
I'm
stuck to the
stuck.
wall. I go back to bed.
Sumi spends the rest of the afternoon and early evening picking bits of sticky goo out of her fur. But as all of that comes to close, I know that Scarde just stepped away. I think that is actually a good time for us to actually call tonight's session. So I do want to say thank you to everyone for attending. I appreciate all the support. We had a couple of new chats here in the stream, and definitely tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies that you're trying to get good with. But let everyone know we will be back again next Saturday, hopefully at 8 p.m. Our normal start time. We did start a little bit late. Cord, though, that tattoo looks freaking sweet as heck. So very, very cool. And I just want to say thank you, everyone, for, just hanging out with us tonight. I had a great time. Now, the most exciting part of this session, we're going to hand out a little bit of experience. Let's get weird.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
All right, no, you're good, Scarde. No worries, man. So, first and foremost, for defeating all the goblins, defeating Tutso, and also going through, discovering all that little bit of stuff in the basement, the door, etc., you guys are all going to gain 850 experience points.
So we are at 25, right?
Experience
Yes.
again.
Yep, 25 is what we're
I
at.
thought there was some very good role playing tonight. I liked the interaction. I think Red was being a little bit of an agent of chaos. I think that at some point, Sumi's gonna bounce on him. But you know what? Hey, he's gonna.
What an enemy to have, dude.
Oh man!
I didn't hurt nobody.
Yeah, it's true. He didn't hurt nobody. That's true. Just having a little bit of fun.
Invasion of the mind, though.
He's warming up to you, I suppose.
Oh, by the way, I looked it up.
Yeah.
My hexes don't have. It doesn't say they have any verbal or somatic or any kind of components.
Mm-hmm.
They just happen, so nobody would know that. Like, so we'll let that one slide, I guess. But
I think I could still assume.
Yeah,
based on-
there's I'd say we'll let that one slide. I like that. We'll let that slide. That's good. That's good. I like that. I like that. But with that being taken care of, I say that being said a lot. I
Yes,
I have
you
these
do.
go-to phrases that I go to, and
It's okay.
it's my awkward transitions. But any hoots, let's see here. So Light's fantastic for going through all of that trauma.
For those
Osmeriting
strength rolls,
and the
man.
strength rolls, you're gonna get an extra 200 experience points tonight. So that was
Ooh.
pretty sweet. That was really good. Red for, you know what, being a chaos monkey, why don't you go ahead and take an extra 200 experience points as well. Scarde for, I just feel bad because you rolled a lot of low rolls.
Oh my god.
Why don't you take an extra 201 experience?
Oh.
And Weave
My
for
parents died.
soloing the mini boss. Weave and Sumi. I'm going to give Weave 25 experience points. And Sumi is going to get 175 experience points. So, as a grand total tonight of 1,050 experience points. Well, for Scarde, you get 1,051. So, who doesn't have +1 experience point right now? Who am I missing?
Like Oz.
Oh, Oz Merding?
I
Oh,
think it is Oz.
you know what,
You should
Oz?
just bump him up to +2.
You know what, Oz? You get a +5.
Oh man. What does everyone else have for experience? I think I did math wrong at some point.
2726.
Yeah,
I
Look
got
at
2730.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But to everyone that
got
watched, just want to
2.5
say
experience
thank you
points
very
per
much for
parent.
stopping in. I am going to do just a quick conversation with these fine gentlemen at the end of the stream here. But until next time, be well, be safe, and happy gaming. Thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers.